Since the start of my channel, I've devoted a lot of time to addressing Christian arguments about design, evolution, morality, and epistemology, because these are the types of arguments most often presented in support of the Christian God. However, I've come to realize that, for many Christians, if not most Christians, none of those arguments actually matter. What really matters, what really compels them to believe, and what serves as the root of their religion, is the undeniable fact that Jesus died on the cross and was resurrected 3 days later, among his other miracles. This, more than anything else, is their primary reason for being Christians. Even if all their arguments were demolished, even if they were forced to retract every one of their claims about science, morality, and epistemology, they would still be just as strong in their faith because of the undeniable divinity of Jesus. This video series will address these claims, which sit at the core of Christianity. Now, in my experience, the key impasse in debates about the resurrection is when people start trying to assign probabilities to different historical events that would explain the facts we have. This is normal practice for secular historians, but it becomes a problem when the parties involved have specific religious beliefs. The thought goes, okay, how likely is a non-miraculous explanation compared to a miraculous one? What's the probability of a miracle compared to a trick or a mistake? The problem, of course, is that different people will assign different probabilities to each explanation. If a Christian believes in God independently of the resurrection, they might think it very likely that Jesus came back from the dead, because God could just make it happen. On the other hand, if a Christian believes in God on the basis of the resurrection, well, they can't use God's existence to bolster the probability of that miracle, since that would be circular reasoning, but they would still think it's more likely to be a miracle than a non-Christian would. And, of course, someone like me would assign the probability of any specific miracle to be very low. To get around this problem, I'd like to take a different approach for this video series. I'd like to ask any Christians watching to think about the evidence in the context of another religion. If someone from another religion, say Hinduism for example, presented similar evidence for their religion, would you seriously consider their claims? Would that evidence shake your own views in any way? My contention is that it would not. In short, my goal is to show that the actual evidence for the core belief of Christianity is not convincing to someone who doesn't already believe. Stick around for the Sketchy Story of Jesus, Part 1, The Four Witnesses.